Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what?
Hello, everyone. We are back. This is episode 2 of the Girl Yes You Can series, and I am super excited to have one of my best friends in the whole entire world joining us today. But before we get into all of those details about her, I got to thank you guys. For those of you that will be tuning in with me for the very first time, thank you for not seeing it robbery to spend some of your life with us. And to those of you that been rocking with me since day one, to my chameleons, I love you guys so much. And I would not be here without you. So let's keep all the love coming in, right? Let's keep all of that good energy circling, right? You give it to me, I give it back. And one thing about good energy is contagious. To the branded company, thank you for being the engine behind this vehicle and making it run effectively. A lot of goes on behind the scenes, so I'm so thankful and grateful for you guys, and to Whitfield for this song that is so fitting to me and everything that I stand for. My personality is just it's just perfect. So, some of you, she's a stranger, but then to some of you, she's not, because I toot her horn a lot. She's my ride or die. She's the yin to my yang. She's also my stylist, right? But like I said, she's one of my best friends in the whole entire world, one of my favorite people. But she's here today to share with us the details on her weight loss journey and how she been able to lose, I think it's like over 50 pounds back from when she originally started. So we're going to hear all the details. We're going to hear how she was able to be consistent, and you know what dedication was able to produce for her. She's going to give us all the details and everything that she was able to overcome. But most importantly, she's going to share with us like what really made you really decide that today is going to be the day I have to do something different. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my best friend, Miss Viola Staley. And for those of you that want to get her information, Viola, would you let us know your social media handle, just in case somebody wants to be styled, or if somebody wants, has any questions about, your weight loss journey?
Of course. As far as styling, let's give some clarity. I do provide Shakima with personal tips, and I do assist her, but I have stepped away from styling for right now, and I want to emphasize that I still love fashion. I love clothes. I love to look at other people in beautiful clothes, but I'm not styling right now. However, you can follow me. I'm Styles by Viola Nicole on Instagram and Facebook, and I am providing affordable fashion tips. I'm showing you, how you can look great on a budget. So I provide fashion and beauty, some travel on my social media page. So check me out.
She had to make that known. Like, look, I am not styling anymore. Do not. She's my personal stylist, so she's only styling me at the time. And when I travel, she's with me too. So I don't know. You never know what is gonna unfold this year for her when it comes to styling. But for right now, I'm gonna take advantage of the opportunity to have her style me, right? So you guys can be as jealous as you want to. But Miss Viola, thank you for joining us on the Say What podcast. I just want you to just like let us have it. I want you to start by telling us, how much weight you were able to lose, because you look absolutely amazing. And I've watched you transform into this person, and you were already confident with your original weight, but now you're just like, I'm here, bitches. So tell us how much weight you were able to lose and how long you've been on this journey.
Okay. Well, my journey really started in 2017. That's when I really decided to just take control of my health because during that time I was at the highest weight that I had ever been, which was 200, between 214, 217 pounds.
Mm,
And that was not a healthy weight for me. I'm only 5'2". I'm a short girl. However, what I found was that going to the doctor and just getting my annual physical, I found that I was developing certain health issues, like I had high cholesterol, I was borderline high blood pressure, I developed sleep apnea, and all these things that were happening to me. My doctor would always tell me a big part of that was my weight. I was feeling awful. I was waking up every morning with headaches, feeling groggy, no energy. I was just very overly full all the time, very bloated, and all that came from how I was eating. So I was really, in a very nice way, feeling like shit. I didn't feel good at all. I mean, I presented, I always kept myself up. Whatever size I was, I dressed my body, but I did not feel good on the inside. I felt horrible, and I knew that I was basically not at a healthy weight. So that's what made me get started, and I haven't really turned back. Of course, I have my ups and my downs, like I always say, we fall down when we get up. But I've been able to really manage keeping my weight under control and not going back to that 214 mark, because that's just not a healthy weight for me
right.
at all.
So how much weight have you lost? Because you started out at 214 and now you're at well under what,
You're
100.
going to exaggerate. Right now, okay, I will say, give or take, initially when I started out, I probably lost about 30 pounds in 2017. And then I picked back up a little bit, never going back to the 200 mark, but absolutely picking up. And then at the height of the pandemic, which was in 2020, I started again because I wanted to take that 15 off. So I always stay within the range of probably maybe 165, 175, in that range. I try to stay within that because it's just a much healthier weight for me. And that's, people will make that may still seem like a lot
Mhm.
to some people, but it is a much healthier weight for myself. But I will say the lowest that I had gotten to during my journey, when I started back in 2020, I mean, excuse me, 2021, um, was about 159 was
Wow,
my lowest.
that's amazing.
159 was out my lowest. My goal was to get to 150. I didn't make it there. Uh, I didn't make it to the 150, but I was very close. And I will say, I felt really, really good.
Yeah.
And that was really what was most important to me, that I was feeling good more than anything. I wasn't getting all those headaches, and I had energy to get up and work out and do the things I needed to do because it was becoming challenging when I was carrying so much weight.
Yeah, that's amazing, Paula. Like, hats off to you. Round of applause to you. That takes a lot of dedication. It takes consistency. So, what would you say was the largest contributing factor to your weight loss? Was it you working out every day? Was it what you ate? Like, what was it? And what did you cut back on? Like, help us out.
All the good stuff, all the stuff that I really enjoy. I would say the biggest thing is your food, and that's what I tell everybody. And I'm not a nutritionist or expert, but I will tell you, if you don't change the way you eat, you're just not going to see weight loss, and you're also not going to be able to maintain. If you're just going to eat healthy, just enough for you to lose the weight that you want to lose, and then go back, you will never maintain that way. In order for you to maintain, you have to make it a part of your life. It has to be a lifestyle. So that's why I always say, get in the habit of eating in a way that you know you can maintain.
Mhm.
If you know you're not going to maintain that, it's really useless to me. So you have to really find the plan that works for you. But it's all about the food. I will say in 2021, I started working with Organic Chrissy. She does food coaching as well as virtual training. And I just did the food part. You know, she sent me meal plans weekly, and I would go grocery shopping, and she would make us accountable by having us to send all our meals every day. And it worked really well for me because she would stay on me. She would follow up. She would send voice notes if we needed motivation and all of those things. And I slipped at times. During that time, I did have my chicken in a way that I wasn't supposed to have it, because chicken was definitely a part of the meal plans, but just not fried ones from like Wingstop, like that I like to get. But I didn't do that a lot. I will say I really stuck to the plan, and it worked very, very well. I would suggest, refer anybody to Organic Chrissy, just because the meal plans were very versatile. There were things that I liked, things that I never tried or thought I would even like, and I make those meals right now, even though I'm no longer in the program, because that was a 90-day program. But I still make them now, so that's how I know I like them. And it just really taught me how to eat. How
Yeah.
to eat. I fall down. I go to the restaurants and I get my fried shrimp and I do all kinds of things. So don't think that I am perfect, because I'm not, but I know how to get back in. And that's really, really the important part. You know how to get back in there and eat like you're supposed to eat. Don't deprive yourself of everything, because I just don't think that's realistic to say, like you said, you love French fries. Are you going to go through your life and just never have a French fry ever?
Right. Right.
Why? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you gotta you gotta indulge sometimes and enjoy your meals, but that food is the main thing.
Yeah.
Food is the main thing.
80% is what you eat, and then 20% what you enjoy
Always.
is working out. Yeah. And I have to say that Organic Chrissy is very good. She's very good at what she does at her craft. Because I used her too, but I just was not consistent. I would get to the point where I thought I knew more than her, which I didn't. That's why I'm back where I started. But the meals were good. Like it wasn't just the generic, baked chicken breast, some broccoli or some brown rice. It was very creative. Like she really, really put her all into customizing those meals for you. So if anyone is looking for someone, Organic Christy on Instagram definitely can help you get there. And I think she's like a fitness trainer too. Like she's a
Cheers.
fitness trainer too, and a health food coach. So shout out to Organic Organic Christy. You just never know. Maybe I'll come back. But the meal prep, Viola, tell us about that, because I think that is very, very important. And I think the consistency and the dedication, it really comes with that meal prep, because you have to you have to dedicate your Saturday night or your Sunday night a couple hours to just
Mhm.
preparing and prepping those meals for the week, and kind of share with us, because you were way more consistent with than I was, and you got some absolutely gorgeous results. So tell us about the meal prepping and getting the food together, and how that helped you stay on that straight and narrow path to your goal.
I will say it's a real commitment. Like you said, it is time consuming to sit there and prepare all your food in one day. And generally, what I would do, I would really do 3 days at a time, because I just like my food a little more fresh than that. So I would prepare probably 3 days at a time, and then do my other three. I would break it up in that way, because sometimes meat and different things, they just start to taste strange after too many days for me, and I want my food just a little more fresh than that, depending on what it is. But it is a commitment. But I just made it my thing. Like when she would send the meal plans, I would enjoy. A lot of times she would influence us to go to Trader Joe's, and I would just go to Trader Joe's and shop all those things, and sometimes pick up things that weren't on the list, because they have a lot of good things there. But and I would just commit. I would just, like, today is the day. I gotta do it. And I would just go and cook my food. And it started to take less time, because eventually you'll get it down to a science. I would say that first time it's gonna seem like a whole lot. But once you really get into the routine of it, it'll be like nothing. It really would, because of course it doesn't take long to cook vegetables. That's pretty fast. It's just really cooking your meats, whatever type of meats that you like. If you're a meat eater, I am. So I would cook my meats and I would get all that done at once. I really learned how to get it done a little quicker, over time. But it is a commitment. But that was one way to stay consistent, no matter who prepares. Where you get your meal plans from, yourself or someone else. It makes things easier because you don't have to think about what you're going to eat. Because at the end of the day, when you get off work and you finish all the things that you have to do for the day and you get home, a lot of times you don't feel like cooking anyway. So then sometimes you'll be like, you know what? I'm not doing that tonight. I'm gonna just stop by the Subway or the Panera or wherever, whatever is your preference, and get something that is going to be extremely high in calories, even when you think it might be healthy, but probably full of lots of sodium and all those things. So it really, it allows you not to have to think about that. Like my food is already ready. All I got to do is pull my container from the refrigerator and warm it up if it's something if it's not a salad or something, and go. So I think meal prepping is very, very helpful, but it can be a little time consuming.
Yeah. When I hit I'm going to have someone preparing and prepping meals for me and the boys, because people think just because you work from home that you have so much more time, and you really don't, because I think you may have less time when you're home. You have more flexibility, but you have less time because you're always like, oh, I could be doing this, I could be doing this, I could be doing that. And it's like I be wanting to prep my meals, but it's like, not one more thing, please. No. So I definitely got to get somebody, but hats off to you because you did it for months and you had a busy schedule as well, because
but it was easier when I was working from home. Now the meal prepping part,
even worse.
let me tell you why. Because I'm going to say where I work, I love my coworkers, but they don't be trying to eat healthy. And I have so much influence. I have my little meal with me, my little vegetables and my little baked meal, whatever it is I have, and they come with all the aromas from wherever, from my favorite spot in the city where I work, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not eating this. I'm about to go get that. It's a lot of influence around me at work. If they're not bringing in cupcakes and pound cake and just different snacks, and they're just putting in the break rooms for everybody just to eat. So it was a little easier at home because I had myself on a really set schedule, and it was a schedule that I was setting. So I will say that, because I was able just to get up in the morning, prepare my breakfast, because I always make breakfast fresh. And then I would just have my lunch. I would work out at this time. I'm going to say it was easier when I was at home. But when I started to have to go back into the office and I wanted to work out before work, I'm not a morning person like that. Okay. So I always go tell myself, I'm going to get up at 5. It never happened. I will always work out in the afternoon, which probably isn't the best time for me because I feel like you already work all the day and you're just over it. But yeah, it was much easier when I was working from home. You work harder at home for your job. Whatever your job is, you're going to work harder from home, because it's hard to be at home in your comfort doing work. And that's why I didn't need a lot of days at home anymore. I was like, you know what? I need to be in the office. But health-wise, I was better at home.
Yeah.
Than in that office with everybody bringing in fried chicken.
You didn't have the bad influence when you were at home.
I didn't.
That makes sense.
Because in my office, we eating like we are eating in there, okay? That's what it's all about. What we eating? We going to the Mexican restaurant for lunch? And I'm like, yes, I'm going.
So
I'm serious.
Do you feel like you're more confident now since you've lost, over 50 pounds, or you think your confidence level is just about the same? Because you were already way confident prior to your weight loss, but you feel like you're more confident now, you're more sassy, like you're just like, I'm here, like I've arrived. Like how do you feel mentally? Because you told us you feel really good physically, but mentally, how do you feel? How's your confidence?
Do feel I feel you like you said, I've always been a confident person. I'm not gonna say I'm necessarily more confident, but I am more comfortable
Mm,
with doing some things than I was before. Like,
comfortable. I like.
even though I'm a girl who would wear a bathing suit, I would go to the beach always. But I would never necessarily post a picture of me at the beach in my bathing suit. You understand what I'm saying?
You
I would be at the beach with
definitely
it on.
you do now.
But I will now, and I will say that I'm more comfortable posting the picture. And that comes along with the fact that I was very concerned because I know, like I've said, how hard the world is on people, particularly women, when you're not of a certain weight. You understand what I'm saying? And hear all the cruel things people are saying, but it is nothing wrong with being fat. That is the bottom line. It is about your health. I don't want anybody to think that, like, oh, you lost weight. No, I lost weight because I was having health problems. I didn't feel good. But if you are 200 pounds, you feel great, you're in good health, you're not having any issues, you love the way you look, continue, because everybody's not meant to be skinny. But I just became more, and it's plenty of girls who way bigger than I ever was, who don't have any issues with stepping out in their swimsuits. I follow many influencers who are plus size, beautiful, and they put on their swimsuits and their crop tops and and they look great. But I just wasn't as comfortable. But I am now. But I feel like ongoing, I should be whether I gain weight or not, because you know the world is trash when it comes to weight.
So you feel like now, since you feel more comfortable, you feel like you can get a thirst trap picture now. Like you get
Yeah, but I feel like I probably could have got thirst trap pictured in, but I just wasn't comfortable putting it
out
up.
there for the world to see. I
Yeah,
got.
I'm a little bit more comfortable, but yeah, the world is trash. But they would just when you think you're in your best shape, there's gonna be somebody who tells you you are not.
Right.
Like, you could still lose a little bit more weight, or you're
So you
still.
have to be
People are
comfortable.
never satisfied.
So you have to be comfortable within. So what would you tell someone who's battling with with losing weight, who may not feel as confident as you were before, prior to the weight that you lost? So
Mhm.
what would you tell that young lady, especially because it starts at such a young age.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks to social media, the body shaming, and everybody feels like they have to have the perfect Coca-Cola bottle.
Coca Cola.
So what do you say to that young lady who's struggling, who may not be
Particularly for young
confident?
as confident. I mean, confidence. I told somebody that recently. Confidence is not really something you can teach. That's an inner thing. But of course, people around you can definitely make you feel good about yourself when you have positive people in your circle, in your family, who always make you feel beautiful. Unfortunately, everybody doesn't have that. But one thing is not to be around people who make you feel bad about your weight or say negative things about you, because that's not healthy for anybody. Just to be in the company of people who are always on you about, any imperfection they think you might have. Because in reality, you're always going to have that. But if you already have a lower self-esteem, that's not going to help. But I'm a realist. People always gonna have something to say.
Always.
People you don't know, people you do know, it doesn't matter. People are always gonna have something to say. You just gotta get it set in your mind that those things don't matter. And sometimes what people are gonna say is gonna hurt your feelings. Because people have said things that hurt my feelings. So
Kids have hurt
yeah,
my.
your kids are toxic.
With the oldest one, because my boobs, of course, I've had two kids, which is no excuse. But gravity got the best of me, but they didn't sit up high anymore. And I remember my oldest one saying, "Mommy, they supposed to be at the top, not the bottom," and that
Right.
feeling so bad. So I ended up, getting a breast reduction. I was having lower back
Mhm.
pain, all those things, my
Yeah.
my neck and all that. So I was a 38 triple D.
Hmm.
And I went down to a 36C. And
Mm.
so when the boys saw me, they thought it was a joke. Like the oldest one again was like, Carter, look at mommy. They so little. Look at them. Look at her. She looks funny. They were like, we want the big ones back. So it just goes to
Right.
show that you have to be confident with it has
You
to
do.
come within. Like you say, you can't teach that.
Yeah.
Because people are never going to be satisfied. They are
Oh, never.
never, and it's so easy to judge somebody else. Like it's always so
Very.
right to judge someone else. So like Viola said, it's confidence is not something you can teach,
Can
but
teach.
the more you
Can't
love
teach
on
that.
yourself and the more you're grateful for yourself, the more that confidence is going to come in. But
And if it's that bad, if you feel like you can't get out of that,
Mhm.
a life coach or some therapy or something
That's
to help you work with that, because some people low self-esteem comes from their experiences in relationships
just
and trauma and all of those things. So maybe they were confident, but those things broke them. So maybe they need to see a professional regarding that. And once they get that confidence back, maybe they'll have the confidence to start working out and things like that. But I like when you ain't really right mentally, you don't have time for working out and eating right, because when I'm down, I eat,
yeah, I snack.
like, which is not good. But I'm sitting eating brownies and
Yeah, I snack a lot, even though I may not snack on bad things. And I don't buy potato chips because if I buy potato chips, I'm gonna tear them up. Like tear them up. The kettle barbecue flavored
those
potato,
are good.
I'm going in. Smokehouse barbecue, I'm going in on them. Oh, or some Funyuns or some kettle salt and vinegar, I'm going in. So I can't buy those. And I know if I get overwhelmed, like I'm going to
Eat.
snack. Yeah, I'm going to eat. So I just try not to buy those things. And but even snacking on a lot of fruit, because that has a lot of sugar in it too. So you have to do those.
Certain fruit, yeah.
Yeah,
You
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 gotta do those
overly
in
consume fruit.
moderation.
You
'Cause
do.
I know watermelon and mangoes.
I love watermelon.
I can eat the hell out of some mangoes and some
But
water.
I'm gonna tell you another thing that makes you snack. Not going to bed at a proper hour.
Oh yes.
If you stay up really, really late, that's when people start to snack. Like when you don't go to bed, like it's 11, 12, 1, like I know that I would do it. I would get up and just have whatever's available around me, like not getting proper sleep. And that can really affect your weight too, and just whether you have energy for working out. Like it's rest is essential as well as health, yeah, health as well, but rest is very essential in everything, and you just being productive in life, and you have to get it at some point.
I
So yeah.
learned the hard way, and
Yes, you do.
I had to understand that rest is not a reward for working your ass off. Rest is a requirement. Your body
Right.
to rest. Like you can eat healthy, you can work out all you want to, but your body has to rest to recharge. So
You're gonna give out
yeah, your body is getting the proper
of
amount
rest.
of rest. So yeah, I'm working on all of that. I'm gonna start back working out tomorrow. I've made up my mind. Um,
I don't know if I'm starting back tomorrow, but
I'm gonna start back tomorrow, but I'm gonna take it slow. I'm
okay.
on the treadmill maybe 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna see how much I can push myself to get back out there. And but I'm definitely gonna, because you just feel better. Like when you work out
You
and you
do.
eat healthy, I just feel better. And I also feel better when I don't eat like chicken or anything like that. If
Yeah,
I'm
you're not a meat eater.
Yeah, if I'm just eating fish or no meat, period, even though some people think fish is not meat, but it's a form of meat. When I eat no meat, I feel the best.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna get back out there. And
So
I'm
you
just
stick to that. I'm gonna eat the meat. Um, but yeah, working out does make you feel great. And like I've been telling you on the back end, I have not been working out in the last few months. I just have not been there with it, for my own personal reasons. I just was not motivated to work out as much as I tried. Much as I tried, it just wasn't there for me. But I'm gonna get back in there.
yeah, I think that
Hopefully soon.
I think not you,
Yeah.
not just us, but I think we just kind of in a funk. Like we just don't know.
It's depressing. Yeah.
And but I do think getting more workouts in would help us
Oh,
mentally.
absolutely.
But it's just a matter of, like you say, you just got to do it. Like you just got to put your
You
workout.
just gotta do it. I really wish my boot camp start back though, because I just like going to that. The boot camp was really, really good, and I like being around the people, even though we don't supposed to congregate. I will wear my mask though, because I learned how to work out with a mask. Crazy.
Hats off to you for that, because
I did learn how to do it. No, it was a challenge, but I was able to do it. So
So did you have an accountability partner, or it was all like self? I got to do this.
I didn't really I'm not gonna say I had an accountability partner, but I would say, the people, my friends, you and just other people from social media who are also on their weight loss journeys, we kind of motivated each other, you know what I'm saying? Or just seeing somebody you follow on Instagram, like they got up and they worked out that day. That pushed you sometimes to like, well, she worked out today and she had all this list of things that she had to do, but she still worked out. So I got motivated just by seeing my other friends and social media friends just doing the same things, because I really like during the pandemic, everybody started working out. Like it was like a working out frenzy during COVID. So
Everything for the whole
like everything. We were doing it all. So I feel like, just seeing my other friends, I'm like, you can do it. I'm like, you know what? You look good. Like you've been really consistent this week. Let me work out. Like, so I would say that, of course people telling you look nice, like, well, if
that
I look
helps
nice,
too,
I
right?
look looking nice. Yeah. Well, do I want to go back? But I also, you know what? I also don't like some people who are talking to you. They want to treat you like you weren't cute when you were bigger. Yes, I was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or what about when people say, you look good for your size? For my
thank you. I think I'm over that. I don't want to hear anybody say you look good for your anything, your age, your size, your weight, your complexion. All those things are stupid. Either you look good or you don't. Like you skinny. Like what if I just say, oh, you're really slim, but you don't look good? Like that's insulting. But there are people who don't like being skinny. It's people who are legit working on gaining weight. So everybody has their struggles. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't want to be skinny. Everybody doesn't want to be big. Some people just want to be healthy or whatever it is. But weight is an ongoing thing. You always going to have to be conscious of your health and what you eat, especially when you get older. Like we're at an age now where we really gotta take control because things are not what they were
girl,
10, 15 years ago.
girl, I'm 21. I am
Well, you hold on to that.
21.
But I feel 40 because I was just injured yesterday, which is why I couldn't record from hurting my back and I could barely move. I'm laying in bed with a heating pad, so I'm not feeling 21. Not this week.
And you know what? That brings up a good point for people who are 40 plus, right? Like you said, we're getting older, so our metabolism is not going to be what it was at 20 and 21 and 25. Hell, not even 30. So
Nope.
what do you say to the 40-year-old? What do you say to
Do what you can. Do what you can. Because first of all, when you are 40, I mean, I don't have children. I'm not married or anything, but most of my close friends, circle, close family, you all have those responsibilities. So it is definitely probably more challenging for y'all to really get into this fitness thing when you have little kids or a husband or somebody always needing your attention along with your career, whatever you're doing. So do what you can. I'm just like, don't like put so much pressure on yourself to do so much. Like if you're able to get a 15-minute walk in or just get some steps in doing things that you do or, whatever it is, just do those things. Because it is like I said, it is way too much pressure on women when it comes to weight. And I am very, very sick of it. We look good in every size. Black women, we look good in every size, every shade. Look through social media, you see beautiful, voluptuous, plus size women who are very happy with themselves and with somebody loving all of that. So don't ever let nobody tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was bigger, I was told I felt so soft and cushiony and all of that. They liked it. So whatever. You know what I mean? Like, don't let nobody fool you into thinking that you're not wanted because you're not a two. And I don't ever want to push that out there, because that's not, I don't feel that.
Did you
Don't let
say
nobody, like I said, I was always a chubby friend. I was always bigger than all my friends for the most part. I was. That's just the fact.
I haven't gotten over the cushiony part yet. I'm still on the part.
Like, they're like, man, you feel so soft. They're like, man, you feel so soft. They like all of that. Don't let these people fool you into thinking that nobody is gonna love it, because that's a lie.
Well,
it's a whole lie.
Did your sex drive go up since you lost all that weight?
I don't really think that had nothing to do with my weight. Maybe my age.
Like you didn't get tired fast.
I think I had that even when I was bigger.
Oh, so you just on go all.
I don't think that had nothing to do with it.
Okay. No, I was just asking, because sometimes when people are larger, like they say, I can't do all that. I'm too big. I be out of breath. So they
might be lazy. They could be just a little lazy. Because I mean, I know a lot of plus size girls, and they don't seem like they said anything of that nature. They ain't had no problems. But if you got somebody who can handle you, maybe that's what it was. They might have had the wrong dude.
Well, I consider plus size too. Anything over what, an 8?
A 10. I think a 10 plus. But you're tall. You have height.
Considered a plus size.
You have height, so you can carry more weight. You have a smaller frame. That's the thing about it. Weight looks different on everybody. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Somebody could be your exact same weight and look totally different. You know what I'm saying? Or you can look different. You could have been 150 and 99, but your 150 at 25 looks totally different. You know what I mean? So it just depends. Yeah. But yeah, don't put so much pressure on yourself.
I know.
Society does enough of that.
It's hard not to, but like I remember when I weighed 165, and I thought that was perfect. And I remember you weight shamed me, and you were like, "Oh my God, your pants are sagging in the bag." You told me my pants were sagging in the bag.
Well, they were. You couldn't fit them. They were too big.
And I felt like I looked good that day, but I guess I lost all my curvature. Because
you were really slim.
Yeah, and that was, to me, that was the perfect idea. Like, I felt the best I've ever felt, and since then I have been trying to get back. I don't necessarily have to get to 165, but if I can get to 170, 175, like, I would be so happy.
And you can.
I will.
But sometimes you shouldn't get so caught up in the number. You should really look at how you look, like how your body transforms and how your clothes fit. Because I think if you're always caught up on the number, you're going to always have disappointments. And that is something that will keep you from being consistent. Because if you go in there hard, working out, eating right, and you get on the scale and you lost 0.2 pounds, that's discouraging. But look at your body. Look at how your clothes are fitting. Like, put on the outfit you had on maybe some months ago and, put that on now and take a picture side by side, and you'll see the difference. Because honestly, when I lost weight, I didn't really feel like it was that big of a deal. I didn't see what other people saw. But when I put pictures side by side, I was like, oh, well, maybe I did lose a lot of weight. You really just gotta look at yourself in the mirror and look at the transformation your body is going through and how your clothes fit, and not focus so much on the number and always on the scale. It's really compulsive, and it can be discouraging because sometimes you just have to change something up if what you're doing isn't working. But yeah, people get so caught up in the number. You were really slim at 165, but you are very close to 6 feet tall. So 165 is going to look really slim on you. You just needed smaller pants. It wasn't that you look bad. It's just that your pants were not fitting. You need a smaller size. You need to let those pants go and get new ones.
And now I can't wear pants anymore. Like, I can't even get my leg in those pants anymore. And I'm just to remind me, and to,
you still have them?
Huh?
Because that was like around the time when you were getting married. It's no way you have those pants.
No, I still have those pants.
That's awful. That's the way you need to lose the weight of keeping things way too long. That is weighing heavy in your life.
A whole nother podcast.
That is weighing heavy in your life.
I look at those from time to time to remind me of what I'm capable of. But those are very nice pants.
They are, but I don't think you should still have them because that was like 15 years ago, if not more. That is nuts that you have them. Oh my God. But you got down really good with you did keto. You look really skinny then. I
Yeah,
will
I
say.
lost like 20 pounds doing keto. But it's like once you get out, like it was hard for me to jump back in. And even though I was doing keto, like you have to eat a lot of meat in keto.
Yeah.
A
And
lot of
that was something you couldn't maintain
right,
because
a
you
lot of
you don't
dairy
like me.
because the dairy, I mean, it adds mucus in your body, and I already have allergy issues. So it was like I'm winning on this aspect, but then when it comes to
Mhm.
this, so it's like you got to pick the two of the lesser evils. And I tried to do like vegan keto or vegetarian
Mhm.
keto, and it didn't do.
It didn't hit.
You got to find
Well, you
what,
gotta find what works for you.
yeah.
That's the main thing.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta really find what works for you, and that's what I would tell anybody. But just do something. What any little change counts. If you are a heavy soda drinker, I used to be. Well, if you're drinking 3 sodas a day, try to get down to 1 soda a day. Like you gotta take your time because sometimes people can't go cold turkey to stuff they've been doing and habits that they've had for years and years and years. Or if you eat out a lot, maybe you just start eating out maybe once or twice a week, or just on the weekend. It's little things you can do. You will see to start to make a change um in your health and in your weight. Because I believe me, I know because I'm soda, sweet tea, you know, all those things were my thing, and I still have sweet tea now, but whatever. I have that sometimes. I'm not a soda girl like that anymore, but
need.
because soda makes me feel bad actually. When I
Yeah,
yeah, soda makes me feel bad. It's so much sugar. It makes you feel really bloated. It's really acidic. It's really a can of
sugar.
sugar. Like you probably have enough sugar for the week out of 1 soda,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's bad. So think about it if you drink a
That
case a week.
several times a day. And it's like certain things I would eat, and I'm like, the way it would make you feel afterwards, I'm like, it's not even worth what I have to go through to do that. So if you feel like that imagine what it's doing to the inside of your
To
body.
the inside, and
Health,
you're drinking one every day.
yeah.
Or I used to buy a 12 pack. So right, absolutely. I love soda and I love Coke and Pepsi and cherry Pepsi. I would buy by the case so I could have them. I had some very very bad habits,
But
and I'm trying my best not to go
you
back to that.
but one of the things that you had to overcome was your soda habit. And you don't even really
Mhm.
have a, you say you don't even have a taste for soda anymore.
I don't desire soda in that way. Like during the holidays, my mom had them around. Like, oh, I'll have one. It's something to drink in here, but it's not anything that I crave.
Yeah, you're
You
not
understand what
gonna
I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't gotta have a soda anymore, which is very good
Yeah.
because I used to have them daily.
Yeah. And that's good, Viola. I
They
commend.
taste good though.
They do, but and then sometimes like you may get one and it's flat and you're like, that wasn't even worth the cheap.
It wasn't even worth it. This wasn't even a good one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I could give that up, but the only thing I couldn't give up is meat.
You could give up the fried
Mm.
chicken. Never.
And I like steak too. I mean, I had a steak so good the other week, like I had to do a dance, honey. It
Where did
came to my table sizzling.
oh from a restaurant.
Yeah, I love a good steak. But I like steak at home too. My mom makes a great steak. But I can't give up meat. I'm a meat eater.
I cannot get into to
You
steak.
can't get into the meat.
It's too meat.
I love meat. It's so good. But chicken is my favorite. And when it comes to meat, most of the time I'm eating chicken, but I do like a steak occasionally. They taste really good. But I used to be a girl who didn't even eat vegetables. I only ate like my meat on my plate and like bread and rice. I didn't even used to eat vegetables. I really didn't used to drink any water at all. I had a lot of very bad habits. Very, very bad.
Look how far we come. Oh,
Yeah.
it's been amazing, Viola. I wish we could stay on here all day. And we gave everything we had to you guys. And I hope that you appreciate it and we've added value to your life. Viola, is there anything that you would like to close out with to our viewers? Because we all struggle. We've all
Of
struggled
course.
before. So if you could just leave us with some last words to get us there, to get us over the hump, to get us motivated again. Seeing the results on you. I mean, over 50 pounds, like that's a fucking toddler you lost. So
Over
that's
time.
amazing. So we want to hear everything you got to say, girl. So close us out.
I don't know what to really close with. I'm not really a closer. The only thing I would say is, what I've said before, just get started. No matter how small it is. I don't care if it's just a 15-minute little workout. Get started. Do it for yourself. Don't do it because people are, insulting you or saying mean things to you about your weight or society says you should be a two. Do it because you want to do it for yourself and you want to be healthy. And that's pretty much all I have.
Thank you, Viola. Thank you to my chameleons. Like she said, just do it, and the hell with what other people think. And she is an advocate of that. And so am I. I don't
Mhm.
care. Right. So we love each and every one of you. We would not be here without you. Hats off again to Viola for her weight loss. And to you guys, if she can do it, you can definitely do it.
Anybody can.
And we will see you guys later.
Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know?